Huh. I really like this new setup we got. We really must be collecting a lot of monetization from our last episode. Wait, you're saying we're not making any money at all? How can we afford this? This isn't even in the budget. You know what? Never mind. Just roll the intro. Hello everybody and welcome to the Maroon Mercenary's review on Skullgirls. Skullgirls is a 2D style fighting game which was developed by Marvelous and published by Autumn Games and Lab Zero Games. Now I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that I'm highly skilled in fighting games. The truth is quite opposite. I tend to be the one who receives a beating in these games. Yes, like how you wipe the floor with me in other fighting games. However, I can honestly say that I enjoy playing them despite my skill in the genre. To start things out, the controls handle in a way in which I consider as the standard controls for fighting games, which is the Capcom standard. Examples of what I mean are the Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom series. The movement controls to execute special moves can vary from a quarter rotation of the analog stick to moving the analog stick in the letter Z formation. As a reviewer, I have no problem with it. I feel it is designed to add a little challenge to execute these special moves. I personally don't like this mechanic because it is so frustrating to execute. However, that is just my 2 cents and is no way meant to discourage gamers from playing this game. The attack buttons consist of low, medium, and high punches as well as similar layout for kicks. I do have a problem with this type of controls if you play on a console controller. The high attacks are defaulted to the right bumper and trigger respectively, and when the low and medium attacks correspond to the right hand side buttons, the high attack controls do not feel like an organic method of using the attacks. It doesn't feel organic to the point that I mistakenly performed a high kick a lot instead of a high punch. Your best option is to use an arcade-like controller for this game, but I wouldn't recommend getting such a controller unless you are into fighting games. Now let's transition into the graphics of this game. The game features a 2D cartoon-like display and I feel that they presented the graphics masterfully. The characters are designed perfectly to design a unique personality to every individual fighter from Peacock's classically animated slapstick to Painwheel's torment. Granted, my impressions of Valentine were evolutionary from boobs to a character shrouded with mystery, and yet the outfit does reveal a lot. The animations really spoke out about the character as well. Again, for the love of Peacock, her running brings a cartoon feel to her. Squiggly shows smooth elegance yet reservation. Even Parasol presents focus and determination. And you know what? I even enjoyed the little details even down to the fingers moving independently. And let me tell you about the music. It is phenomenal. A good portion of the soundtrack gives a jazzy feel, which I admit is a bit biased on my end due to jazz being a genre that I enjoy. However, every track gives its best to showcase the emotion of the occasion no matter the genre that is performed. It gets the player's heart pumping to play the game in the menu screen, a chance to think and relax while choosing a fighter, and even adds immersion as the player was in the setting where the arena takes place in. The one disappointment I have with the soundtrack would be the end credits song. And don't get me wrong, it is a beautiful song, but for me I need something that makes me want to watch the credits and not just a song that complements the tone of the moment. If I want to hear that song, I just want to listen to it without credits and enjoy the song as the beauty that it is by itself. The player has quite a lot of options for gameplay, and what a better way to start by learning how to play. Unlike in my last review, I'm not going to explain at great measure for you. That's because Skullgirls take time to teach the players the basics like in the tutorials, as well as improving techniques for every character in the trials. The training room is a safe haven to practice on the player's own accord, which is good because trust me, I need a lot of practice. Hopefully a player is ready to perform in single player mode with enough practice, and if one's skills aren't good enough or simply too good, there is a setting to change the difficulty. The player can change it from sleepwalk mode, which translates to very easy mode, or change it up to nightmare mode, also known as, oh please, help me. You know, a good way to test a player's skills is with the CPU quick match. It is a single best of 3 rounds match. As the player, you can choose how many fighters are on your team and how many fighters are on the opposing team, as well as where the battle will take place. Really, it's like a fast food restaurant. Home of the... No. That isn't right. What I meant to say is, have it your way. Play the arcade mode, which is a series of battles. One can choose which fighter is on the team as well as how many fighters are on that team. However, the opponents are randomized from all types of teams of various fighters. And then there is survival mode, which is almost like arcade mode, but once you lose, the campaign is over. Between the arcade and survival, I prefer survival mode because of the feeling of more being at stake. A player can just try again if they fail in arcade mode. Then the final section of single player is the story mode. There is a legend that tells of an ancient artifact called the Skull Heart. The Skull Heart has the power to grant a woman's wish. However, if the woman's heart is impure, she will turn into a corrupted, immensely powerful being called the Skullgirl. A new Skullgirl has appeared. Now going through story mode, the fighter that the player chose has his or her story revolving around the Skullgirl. I won't explain more about it because I recommend that you should go through it for yourself. But maybe you are sick and tired of playing with yourself, then multiplayer is the better choice for you. Unlike single player mode, the difficulty depends on the skill of your opponent. Usually for me, multiplayer mode is worse than nightmare mode. There is a tournament mode and a local only mode, but they are so identical that we will call both local only mode. This mode is similar to the CPU quick match, but the game is played with another person right next to you like the games of yesteryear. Then there are online matches. I can repeat myself in detail how quick match is the online version of local only, but the closest thing to tournament mode would be the lobby play. In a nutshell, the winner of the first match is the leader. Then a rotation of challengers inside the lobby tries to defeat that leader. If the challenger is successful, then we have a new leader. And coming back in full circle, training mode has a few extra modes that seem appropriate to mention now. Challenge mode gives players challenges with rules and settings dictating who are the opponents, how much time you have, and other factors that come to play. Then there is Marie 300%. Marie is a special character in the game, and Marie 300% is a battle against Marie at a Nightmare's Nightmare mode. Based off of my skill, I am lucky if I can take out 1/16 of Marie's health. In conclusion, not only do I recommend you to play this game, but I encourage you to pick up the second Encore edition where you get all of these features and patching up any problems it had in the vanilla version. Again, I'm not a good player when it comes to fighting games, but I enjoy playing this game, including all of the frustrating times. One thing that does bother me is that the extras as a whole is pretty meh. They have an art gallery in there and it is awesome seeing all of the art, especially the fan art. But other than that, you get 2 types of credits. With that said, please try the game for yourself. This is the Maroon Mercenary and my review on Skullgirls. Hey again, I just want to thank you for taking the time out of your YouTube experience to watch my video. If you liked my presentation, please like and subscribe. Now I heard that if you want to be notified for my next video, please click the bell button located next to the subscribe button. And once again, thank you.